So we'll see what they want to go for. Nocturne being considered here, and this late, it's probably going to get locked in. So they are going to go Nocturne, so it will be Gakkos' job to try to withstand the storm in the top lane. We haven't talked much about him, but Castle was on one lot to alleviate all of the early game troubles.
He's not even going to Ixtal's impact. Now he will go for it as Cryogen throws out the tidal wave, plus the Aqua Prison. Double stun onto Cryra, but now Polymorph onto Cryogen. The Impale will go wide. Flash over the Arc of Ruin, and FlyQuest outplayed DSG in the 2v3.
Cryogen just smurfed that. The sidestep on the Impale, the flash there on the W from Sajed, you know, the bubble on Skarner as he's coming in. Everything was done perfectly. I thought Masu would get away for sure, but I thought Cryogen was probably dead to rights. And he just plays that beautifully. And now you're going to get even further behind. That was the opportunity for Cryra to get back into the game here. And instead, he gets nothing, uses the ult, it whiffs, and on the top.
2v2. So yeah, this is a pretty late Drake take for FlyQuest, although they still do have...
mid, they know Annie should be back by now. This is a little bit weird, but now they showed Corki going towards mid, so maybe he's not going to expect this.
Yeah, and their quad roaming all the way from the top brush. Castle caught unawares. Will get the wave with the equalizer, but quad
pushed in initially. That's really, really important, and he should be stronger for it in the next fight.
Quad was the one that got the kill. Now he's grouped up again. Flash Tibbers with the paranoia. Cryra melts in the river as the TP completes from Castle. In comes the Rumble. Drops equalizer again, but just doesn't have enough damage. Gakkos buys space for the rest of FlyQuest, pushes away Sajed, who flashes over the public execution. Flash follow from Masu. Call me with the Emperor's Divide to try and give Sajed the space, but he will go down, and that is 4 kills to FlyQuest.
Yeah, FlyQuest are just now absolutely running over this game. Really, really nice CC chains coming in. That poor Rumble teleporting into all of FlyQuest just a little. Able to get that Drake. They're going to be able to put pressure potentially on this mid lane turret.
Nice from Call Me to actually just barely.
It's kind of ridiculous how much farm he has picked up, and with those kills he's gotten, he's in a great spot.
Another play now comes in. Flash from Call Me to look for the Emperor's Divide. The Impale's there, but Griffin was in the neighborhood already, and FlyQuest able to read the play, turn it back around. It's a kill to them. DSG, they keep looking for these little skirmishes, these little engages, and FlyQuest are always ready to answer.
I mean, Griffin is just so strong. He's level 13. He's the same level as the Soul Laners on the other side, and he's got 2 completed items. It is hard to deal with this guy.
Yeah, and I mean, again, as DSG, what are you gonna do, right?
Go
like
next.
you are gonna try, you are gonna try to make something happen, hopefully. But I mean, FlyQuest, you pointed out like Griffin's power farming. They've also just wiped off every single objective off the map, right?
Yeah.
Like DSG have yet to get any sort of role that I know I don't have, but I need to pretend that I have.
I mean, a perfect game is so hard to get these days because usually you get a grub or something.
Yeah.
Or just a kill as like they're sieging
I mean, they're looking for another one right now, but yet again, public execution paranoia is just too much. FlyQuest were able to kite back, and DSG just cannot find that angle in. I think DSG are on Emily's side here. They're hoping that Azale just cursed FlyQuest because they need to find some
I don't think I
magic.
cursed them for a loss. At best, on the DSG side, I cursed them for a death, you know?
Okay,
yeah.
true.
You definitely don't want the perfect
Masu
game.
going forward, and there it is! Shut down over to Castle. You need it? Solo laner stepping up. That's flash out of Cryogen as Call Me looked for the shuffle.
Every Herald dropped in base is a crime.
Yeah.
Every time you drop a Herald in base, an Angel loses wings.
Looking for a potential engage here, but in comes the paranoia again, and he just wasn't in range for the Impale. It's spell shielded by Griffin. Quad on a killing spree. Finds the engage on the Sajed as well. And even topside falling apart.
Up on the top side of the map. I'm actually going to go into game and see what happened there.
It also gets them the Baron, and I'm going to remind you that that was Castle that was the one kind of holding the line. Castle, the one that got the shutdown on a Masu for game 2, because DSG, that's, I think, where their eyes need to be set.
I will say, I mean, a lot of this felt like it was based around jungle and what happened to Kryra. You know, you're going for a jungler that is going to lose the early 1v1 matchup.
FlyQuest did not actually pull the trigger on it, so basically a wasted TPS. Even Gakkos is going to TP bot side now.
I was going to say, what that does is it doesn't allow him to kind of respond to this growing push in the bot lane where Gakkos is able to TP in, but they're going for a mid lane fight.
Tidal wave for the engage, sidestep by everybody. Kryra actually flashes back into it just to get away from the tether of Griffin. Masu slowed down, slightly chunked as Call Me will look for the flash engage. Masu with the flash answer, and now FlyQuest unleashed. Gakkos with a public execution. Call Me's down. Sajed trying to kite back, but as Lulu went right, he went left. Griffin with that kill, but Sajed almost turns it. Quad also on a rampage, and this looks like the victory march for FlyQuest. They played a clean game so far, and now they can start breaking the base.
Beautifully played there by Masu, flashing the flash ult from Call Me. It's the exact same thing he did last week against Squid when they were playing against TL on that Corki. So really well team fought. This is a dominant game one.
It's Kryra and Lions trying to defend here for the final push. The Baron did expire, so actually, let's see if FlyQuest want to go for the game end. Just under 26 minutes. They actually back off. Yeah, I mean, they don't have the Baron, so I guess they're a little worried about the 1 second for Call Me to come up. Gakkos actually gets stopped on the retreat. Impale comes in. Now Paranoia from Griffin, but he's too low to fully send it. Polymorph onto Gakkos. Sped up by the Nami, and now Call Me comes in with the slows. Another tidal wave, and FlyQuest, they get their top laner out of there. Operation Save Gakkos complete.
They're going to keep chasing, though. They have no recourse. They want to try to stop them from basing. They're hoping they can get something, but doesn't look like they will be able to get in. DSG just has no damage at all at this point. They're so far behind in every single role. And even this Azir, you know, you're going for the rocket belt.
Oh, Masu's getting in there. Quad used his own rocket belt to get the stun onto Sajed. And Masu just does so much damage right now. A double kill to the Corki. As FlyQuest, it just feels like they can do no wrong. Like, this is just a mountain of a gold lead.
Yeah, they're going mid, so now they are going to try to end the game here, very likely. They're pushing through bot a little, but, I mean, you're walking down mid with the inhib already down, so the only reason to do that is if you are trying to end the game, and they do have that two-man advantage right now.
And DSG with only 3 to defend are going to buy time for Sajed to respawn. 10 seconds. The squad looks for another one. Public execution goes wide. Paranoia under the turret, but they already got 1. They're going to get 2. FlyQuest execute the dive. It is traded back as Castle actually finds 2 for himself. And FlyQuest, it looks like they're going to have to wait for another wave. Sajed has respawned. He's just going to run straight at Gakkos and Masu. And the game will continue.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an overextension there, to say the least. I mean, they're just trying to barrel it down mid lane instead of actually sealing the deal by taking additional hits.
I mean, he's still just not that tanky. He's trying to buy space for the team. Does land the Impale, but it's only onto Gakkos. The Ambessa pretty strong. She's looking to trade 1, but does not get it. Another shutdown to Castle. Make it 2. Castle with a...
I don't have any fantasy rooting interests.
FlyQuest don't have control over the approach of the Dragon right now, and this time around, Griffin's the one that's chunked at the start. He has the GA, so FlyQuest can still look to re-engage as Call Me actually gets chunked out. Masu just does so much damage right now. The Corki almost just solo winning that fight. Now the Exalt's Impact back in onto Griffin, but the flank from Gakkos gets onto the carries. It's all down to Sajed to try his best. But Masu with a triple kill will end the chances. A quadra kill. FlyQuest give him the penta kill to Masu. FlyQuest with the ace.
As soon as I saw the triple coming in, I was like, you guys got to give it to him, right? Like, he's been having a sick game.
Penta. Holy!
I guess it was Cryogen alone. Cryogen the homie.
Where's the Masu pop
Masu the carry. GG, FlyQuest take game 1.
Outside of some late game shenanigans, but hey, they gave Masu a pentakill off of that, right?
Yeah.
At the end. Really, really nice. Where are you going to go? I actually think Nefiri is something that could have been picked in a few LCS drafts thus far. She can be really strong. I just saw Shun play her last night on VLG. Had a great game.
Was it the hot dog skin?
The Yorick lost.
Anytime someone was suggesting things, you know, he would try it. And he's saying Cryogen is basically the same thing. He's open-minded, but he is a bit more opinionated. This was an interview with Zadeki. He goes on to talk about how
Oh, and right now, I mean, Masu doesn't have his support with
Oh, the
it.
predict!
The Frostbite
Ooh.
lands. First blood for Lions.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start from that 2v2. It does look like, however, Griffin is going to be looking topside this game.
Castle has the flash available, gets slowed by the Yorick E, and is just looking to take down the wave, not going to attempt to save his own life, and FlyQuest will get the kill onto Griffin.
Yeah,
You know,
really?
on a support champion, that gives you enough mana. You're very mana hungry.
Yeah.
And also it's actually pretty critical to get additional skill points on Anivia because you
Yeah.
want to have enough points in your wall, and you still want to be able to have, you know, points in Q, points in E, while maxing the wall, so you can still do a little bit of damage.
Still
So
pretty
it's
cheap
actually
item
quite nice.
too. Yeah. Oh, another stun onto Masu right there as the True Shot Barrage will not land. Masu has been able to sidestep those back to back. And now topside, we have a dive onto Castle. He's able to avoid the cage, but knocks back the Maiden of the Mist, not Gatghost. So Griffin's able to pick up an easy kill.
Yeah, and on the bot side, we might see a dive coming out of Kryra.
Kryra's looking for it, and onto Masu. Great Tempered Fate from Cryogen. Drops down the healing underneath. Lands a stun on the wall. Cryogen played that beautifully.
That was set really well in CS. He's done a great job. You know, he's actually still above him in CS.
Yeah, let's get back to that, though. As right now we have an invade. Griffin on a killing spree with his third of the game. Kryra did not expect Cryogen to be there, along with the Pantheon, taking away not one, but now two jungle camps.
Yeah, and nice from Griffin and all like FlyQuest to recognize, okay, we have this little window, we can jump onto the Nefiri. As we've already pointed out, this DSG lineup is very squishy outside of like the Rise. As we see if they're going to go for more.
I mean, we have the Bard ultimate. He's going to throw it at the turret, and neither champion was hit, so that is go time for Griffin. Damage focus onto Sajed, and FlyQuest have more than enough as the AD carry will fall. Now they can set their sights on Lions if they want it. The Anivia Egg is still up. They will get the passive, and they'll get out of there. They might even look for more. Caitlyn Trap is down. The Resurrect is coming straight up, but
And I do hate you.
then you press it again. You give your AD carry the farm. You just help him push. You help him. This Kryra is looking mid lane right now, straight in onto Quad. Calmy's got some damage. It's flash out of the way. FlyQuest used the Summoner spell defensively, and Quad's safe for now.
Yeah, as we see Castle kind of getting pushed in a little bit on this top side of the map.
It is always good to get the flash. Oh, they're going to dive.
Grand Starfall here, flash from Castle, but it's not going to be enough as Gatghost with the shovel bomb.
DSG has had some good moves. Like, they forced flash twice from Quad, but they never returned until his flash was back, right? They're not actually
At
finding...
this point in the game right now. And FlyQuest are going to be able to go in and even it up on Drakes as well, so that stops kind
Zooming
of...
in on him randomly farming. The,
Yes.
I know
Just
what you're
waiting
doing.
in there. But as that's happening, the Rift Herald is just going down to Griffin. So once again, good objective focus coming out of FlyQuest. They had that push in top lane. They're able to get the Herald. Calmy does not go for the play onto Gatghost as he pushes out, although
Cryogen actually walking up pretty confidently here as the Bard. You do have a lot of mobility, but he's getting slowed down. Now the Grand Starfall, buying time for Griffin. Kryra jumps over the wall as now Griffin has to throw up the Aegis Assault to absorb some damage. Gatghost has joined up. Flashes from everybody on DSG trying to get away as Gatghost flash follows the Yorick team fighting. He's in there, baby! They get the Anivia Egg again. Last Rites gets the kill on a Gatghost.
Yorick team.
The jungle gap has been pretty big in this series.
Yeah.
And Cryogen, yeah, you're a Bard. Yeah, you're kind of squishy, but he did go for the Locket build. He had the Locket and the heal available, so he's a lot tankier than you maybe expect.
So also kind of a classic Nefiri play, and again, I'm thinking of Shun here.
Grand
who played it
Starfall
last
now
night.
onto Sajed. No flash available, and Cryogen blocking the escape path. So instead, he goes in onto Masu. Doesn't land the Mystic Shot. Masu picks up the kill, and now FlyQuest turned onto Lions instead. No passive this time. So 2 kills to FlyQuest.
Really nicely done from FlyQuest. They're just coming in from every angle, and Sajed knows there's no way for him to get away. They are going to try to trade a tower on the bot side, so trying to get a little bit of something back, but FlyQuest are just destroying DSG today, looking really...
And FlyQuest are responding by just kind of barreling down mid and having Quad pushing on this top tier 2.
Castle's just going to go straight into Masu. Looked for the insect play there, as now the Herald will be the escape path, but the wall blocks him! Lion says, where you going, buddy? Drive between the lines. DSG find a kill.
Nicely done there by Lions. I mean, Castle tries to set it up. It looked like that had just kind of failed. I feel like Masu didn't even need to jump in the Herald.
No.
I think he had to use Summoners, but this is really nice. And when you do get that charge off, you pop out backwards. So because he was walking to the left and it gets walled off, he's going to pop out back into the rest of the team.
Yeah. Masu looked like a crash test dummy there as we're back to live. Shut down for Kryra. Somehow they caught Cryogen right there as now FlyQuest look for the re-engage. Griffin jumping back into the lines because Gakkos is here and Gakkos is on a rampage. Anivia egg again as that is just on cooldown back to back. Quad with the kill that time around. Sajed having to jump all the way back to the inhibitor turret as this tier 2 is not long for this world.
I mean, look at the experience gaps.
Yeah.
It's 2 levels there in the jungle, and Gakkos is level 6.
If someone's just a good player,
Yeah.
you vote for them.
Yep.
Fair.
I want to hear this
One of those.
voter fatigue out of you week 2.
Look,
what
I'm
the
just
heck?
saying support's never
You're one of
get
these
the
people
love.
who doesn't want to vote for Jokic for MVP.
Yeah.
The hot takes.
I
from
got
Yes.
thoughts.
Yeah.
I got thoughts for how to make
Honestly, he
great
did
sports
Not
put
good
betting.
ones, but
Shopify
you do
first.
have them.
Yeah.
They count. They do count as my brain working as Cryogen gets stunned up yet again. Tempered Fate flashed by Call Me, not by Lions. So the rest of FlyQuest once again will punish the eggless Anivia. Now Sajed caught on the wall. Cryogen with another Cosmic Binding. Double kill to Griffin. Quad with another. Call Me trying to take the roam more bow, but it's canceled. FlyQuest get 4 in the mid lane.
I will say, as much as we joke about teamfighting Yorick, and as much as I say if people want to watch a teamfighting Yorick, go watch actually Flandra in the up there, and Gakkos is still pushing Kryra off, gets Call Me in the little ring.
mere
My Bard,
mortals.
I'll let you
Mere
know my
mortals.
Bard is terrible,
Yeah.
so I am last.
I also will add as Tempered Fate will land here, so the Chain CC follows up, and that's another play from FlyQuest. They're gonna dive onto the turret as well. Griffin gets another one. FlyQuest making burnt toast out of Disguised in the bot lane. Another ult on the castle as they go over the wall. Magical Journey. That is a killing spree for Masu. 3 dead on Disguised, and FlyQuest look to close this game out.
Really great showing from FlyQuest, kind of going through. Griffin has gone through the hyperbolic jungle time chamber,
Yep.
going up against all of these top teams, and really took it to Kryra and DSG today.
6-0 and 10 as he'll go into the GA. Revives back to another assist. FlyQuest made quick work of DSG with a 2-0 win.
Nicely done there by FlyQuest. Smiles on almost all their faces.
Yeah.
Masu maybe not so happy with how he,
Yeah.
how he played the 2v2, but everyone else looking very happy after that game. FlyQuest dominate the series, back-to-back games.